This is one of the occasions when the university is gathered together and made visible. But the greatness of the university has to be felt as well as seen. The student body can only be represented here by a small portion of its thousands of members. Even more numerous is the General Council of graduates of the university. Many of these are, of course, with us in this assembly, but the great majority are to be found far beyond the bounds of this building, and not merely in Edinburgh, but throughout the United Kingdom and the British Commonwealth of Nations. Indeed, they are to be found scattered over the face of the earth, wherever there is an honourable profession or vocation to be pursued or public service to be rendered. It is quite possible that the most important task of the university is the teaching of men and women. But it is not the only task. It is a centre of learning as well as of teaching, and the vigorous quest for new knowledge is a necessity to keep the vitality of university teaching. The professors working on the fringe of knowledge command respect, and more important, have the power to inspire their students as no pure lecturer can hope to do. The Edinburgh University in particular has a great tradition for fundamental work. When the great English universities were floundering in the doldrums of the 18th century, there was a vigor and a vitality here which it would be hard to match even today. However, with Sir Edward Appleton as Principal and Vice Chancellor, there is no fear of stagnation here. We can be properly proud and relieved that someone with such an original and penetrating mind has the destinies of this university in his keeping. Finally, delicate but vital. Now, you may think that I've spent rather a long time laying down the law with very little justification. Well, may I just remind you that the last time I was in this hall, I was given full permission to teach law in any university in Christendom. Lord Provost, ladies and gentlemen, this is the third time that I've attended university ceremonies in the McEwen Hall. But as far as I'm concerned, this occasion is by far the most important. I consider it a very great honour indeed that you should have elected me to be Chancellor of the University of Edinburgh. And I want to take this first opportunity to thank you all personally. I'm naturally delighted with this new position and perhaps a little bit flattered, especially as I never had the privilege of attending a university myself. However, if I cannot claim a Scottish university, I can at least claim a Scottish school. It cannot be given to many to have the opportunity and indeed the desire to heap honours upon their former headmasters. And although it gave me very great pleasure indeed to bestow degrees upon our distinguished honorary graduates this morning, I'm sure the others will forgive me if I say with what particular pleasure I made Dr. Hahn an honorary Doctor of Laws of this university. I have chosen the subject of education for this address for two very simple reasons. First, and this is a purely personal one, I wanted to find out something about the subject myself. And secondly, because of my conviction of its vital importance to this country, both now and for the future. Apart from the obvious material importance, it will have a tremendous influence upon the civilized life in these islands in the years ahead. In education, if in nothing else, the Scotsman knows what is best for him. Indeed, only a Scotsman can really survive a Scottish education. But having survived it, he has spread the name and fame of his schools and universities throughout the world. I am proud and honored to become Chancellor of this great university. For the fame of it is universal, and the list of my predecessors is truly distinguished. I shall try all I can to be a worthy successor. I cannot claim the great gifts and remarkable career of the late Lord Linlithgow, but I hope that you will find in me a constant desire to further the best interests of the university. Edinburgh University has a wonderful history, but that alone is not enough. The foundations for future success must be laid now if the university is to play its full part in sending out into this country and the Commonwealth men and women as conscious of their duties as of their trained abilities.
Your Royal Highness and Chancellor, it is now my privilege to invite you to assume the robes of your office and to preside over the further proceedings of this meeting of the University.